Hey guys, it's the 19th of June. It's about 20 past 9 in the evening. Still just got a bit of light. I mean, my camera actually picks up light a little bit better than it really is, if that makes sense. So it's starting to get dark. I thought I'd show you around the allotment. I've just come down here this late because I just needed a little bit of breathing space to kind of calm down, de-stress. So I thought I'd show you around now, which works well because there's no one else around at the minute. I was trying to video earlier on today, but everyone down here is so damn friendly, which is, can you believe it? It's not on. So yeah, I think because my plot's right next to the path, like the main track, so it's quite hard to film. But yeah, I thought I'd show you around. I've just finished netting off the wheat, or trying to anyway, because the pigeons have been sitting inside it and they've been eating it as well and snapping all of the stems. So as much as I like pigeons, because I do like pigeons, yeah, they're getting a bit annoying because yeah, it was so close to harvest. Anyway, so around the outside, I've got, around the kind of outer middle of my allotment, I've got the raised beds with the crops in, like the annual crops. So I've got peppers. Actually, yeah, looking at the camera versus me looking at the actual thing, the camera is a lot brighter than it really is. So it looks like it's still daytime, but it is getting dark. Yeah, peppers. I've got peppers in this bed and over here. I've got 3 varieties: Zitavia, sweet spirals, and then at the back, lipstick. They're all sweet peppers as far as I know, and they're all from, I got a lot of my seeds from Real Seeds because they do heirloom varieties which are meant to be kind of tested more in our climate. And yeah, they're doing really well actually. I'm starting to get some fruit set on them, and they're starting to grow a bit more and thicken up at the stems. So yeah, I'm hoping they'll start spreading out, bushing out soon. And then these ones are slightly behind, but still doing quite well, and hopefully I'll get loads of fruit from them. In this bed over here I've got squash. So I've got Japanese squash is at the back, and then here I've got this squash which is called Miss Sophie, and it's not doing very well, especially this plant. This one's not doing too bad, but the huge green leaves are the Japanese squash called kabocha, which is going pretty crazy. Obviously squash are known to do this, and I'm hoping that they just fill a load of space so I don't have to bother weeding. That'd be helpful. I want to see if I can try and turn my camera off of this light mode, because it looks really bright on screen, but I can't really. My sweet corn is doing super well, super lush and green. This is called Swiss Organic, this variety. It's done really, really well for me, so really happy with that. And it's starting to flower actually, so that's doing well. Got loads of flowers here, well, mostly carnations, some geums and stuff for cut flowers. I've got watermelon in this bed, which are doing okay. I only planted them out about a week ago. That one's not doing too well. The variety is called Thora. It's meant to be good for cooler climates, so I'm hoping to get a load of watermelons at the end of the year. I tried last year, but they didn't really work. I think I might have got like one tiny one, but yeah. And then this is the wheat, which, yeah, I was kind of devastated to see this morning. It had been, like, most of it had been snapped and was kind of like laying on the ground like that. So yeah, the pigeons are kind of not nesting, but like sitting in it and helping themselves to a snack. I don't mind if they take a little bit, but they're snapping the whole lot, so I've put up this net. Hopefully this will just deter them enough for the wheat to ripen, because it can't be that far off now. This bed I haven't got anything in yet. It's just got the carrots from last year, which are flowering like crazy. So yeah, hopefully these will set seed soon and I can sow those, as well as some Chinese cabbage, which I've got in the greenhouse already, to plant out in this bed as a kind of late autumn winter crop. So that's the plan for this bed. And then I've got melons in this bed, These are Petit Gris de Run, a French variety. Well, I presume it's French. And yeah, it was a really tasty one for me actually. I did try Minnesota Midget a couple of years ago and I wasn't super impressed with the taste. But these produced quite a lot for me and they did taste really nice as well. So, but that might just be, it might have just been that growing season. Maybe I'll try Minnesota Midget again in a year or so. Lovely crop of pears as far as I can see. It kind of didn't really fruit for me last year much at all. I don't think I actually got any, so it seems to be kind of biennial bearing. So maybe if I thin some of these out, it will try and stop it from getting into that 2-year fruiting cycle. The same with this apple. It seems, well, to be fair, it just needed a lot of rejuvenation. I've done a lot of pruning on this throughout the year to get it nice and open, and now I need to come and thin these out. Well, I need to do that on all my apples actually, and my Asian pear, because it's gonna probably break if I leave it. It's got all this fruit on. It's doing super well this year. Loads of fruit, absolutely loaded. Really tasty pear. It looks like an apple, tastes like a pear, but it's got kind of like a, I don't really like the texture, but it's got quite a deep taste. Really nice and sweet. The fig variety challenge, the fig variety fig trial hasn't done super well this year because of the dry conditions in spring. Like I knew that in summer I was going to have to come down and water a lot, but in the spring I was not really expecting to have to water this as much, and basically the water just runs through. So I've heavily mulched all of the pots, which has helped a lot, but also I'm going to get some trays to go underneath these pots with some like clay pebbles in, because I don't want them sitting in water, but I want there to be a bit of a reservoir. I do have these pots have like an inbuilt reservoir, which is really handy, but they're like £15 each or something, and times that by 20 varieties. I don't really have enough money for that, so yeah. But then I don't know, maybe I'll get some main crop. They were very, very late into putting any leaves on at all. Like this Hardy Chicago, it's only really started putting leaves out. It was just a tiny stick really, it didn't really do anything. But some of them, like this yellow long neck, has got loads of Braber on, and I think it might be putting out some early main crop as well, so we'll see. But one of the varieties that I've been impressed with, and I was impressed with it last year because of the flavour, but I'm impressed with it this year because of the fact that after pinching, so once the stems got to like 15 centimetres, maybe 20 centimetres, I pinched the growing tips out to try and encourage it to fruit. And this one has put on loads of little main crop figs pretty much at every node after me doing that. So the fact that it's an early one, it tasted good last year, but I'll have to see how it tastes this year, and it seems to fruit prolifically. It's got a place in my good books. So that's the figs. Ornamentals, I haven't even done the ornamentals. Basically the tropical bananas, they're a right pain for me. I don't know why. I planted them out quite late so that it was nice and warm, but like the dwarf Cavendish, even the Musabaji that was in ground, it's been there the whole time, just really not taking off. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's the water. I do water them every time, but maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just because it's quite exposed here, we get a lot of wind. But I've got the Cannas over here are doing really well. The Helen's hybrid banana is actually doing okay. The sugarcane I was disappointed with. I thought it would really go crazy because it was such a fast growing plant when I bought it, but in ground again doesn't seem to really like it too much, but hopefully it'll pick up. And then various like flowers like verbena, salvias, dahlias, they're looking pretty good actually. I think they're going to put on some nice flowers this year because we haven't had that many slugs that's been the good thing this year. Lack of snails and slugs, at least on the allotment. We've still got loads at home. So that's all of that. And then yeah, strawberries, I've made this bed for them to be in, because the weeding was getting ridiculous last year. It was just, I don't know why. I grow weeds very, very well. Like, you know, if there was an award, I think I would win it. I'm really good at growing weeds. I'm not very good at growing most other things. For some reason, the weeds just grow ridiculously fast for me. So to try and combat that, I've made this bed and really heavily wood chip mulched. You can see the Cambridge strawberries, Cambridge favourite strawberries, that's the variety, are doing quite well, and they're putting out all these runners, which I will start digging down and like pinning those down so that they root to cover the space, to hopefully also keep weeds out. So yeah, hopefully, I haven't got any this year really, but next year hopefully will be a good year for strawberries. And apples will be good this year by the looks of it. My espaliers are doing super well, got hundreds and hundreds of fruit, so I need to come and thin out quite heavily on all of these trees. Not the most brilliant structures, but they produce fruit, so doing well. Fennel is just about to come into flower. I'm only out of breath because I'm trying to speak quite fast, because I've got so much to cram in. Well, I've done most of it now, but yeah, these trees, I don't really have much to show on these trees here. Opal plum, plumcot, Japanese plum. But I will show you, what, did I show you the wheat? I can't remember. But anyway, here it is. It's, yeah, the pigeons are stripping it and snapping the stems, so not very helpful. This is my Ronde de Bordeaux fig, and it's got a Braber on actually, but yeah, it's looking good. Hopefully it will start putting out main crop pretty soon now. And yeah, I just wish it grew a bit more. It doesn't really grow, it just fruits, which is good, I guess. But yeah, one thing I'm really happy with though is my Peretta. So this is probably, or potentially, a synonym of long of August, and it's got loads of Braber. It's probably got about 15 to 20 Braber on, maybe 15. I don't know how many of those will ripen, but yeah, really looking forward to those. They shouldn't be too long now, maybe 3 weeks potentially, maybe a month, I don't know. But yeah, it's been really warm, so maybe a bit earlier. And then carrots, I can't remember if I've already said this, but yeah, these are going to be for saving seed to then sow this year, and I'll sow them in this bed again actually, so that I'll get vegetables throughout the winter, but then also I'll let it do the same thing again the year after, probably, because it looks really lovely. But yeah, I don't know if you can see the light, you can't really. The sun's just gone, what, about half an hour ago, it's gone down over there. Yeah, you can see how dark it actually is. If I put the camera towards the light and then go to here, that's how dark it is, but the camera seems to light it up quite well. So yeah, I think that's most of it, to be honest. I don't want to go on for much longer because it's quite a long video, but yeah, it's doing pretty well. I just had a lot of stress with the house stuff, loads of stuff going wrong, which is why I've come down to de-stress. So anyway, I'll probably leave it there. Send in lots of peace, lots of love, and I'll speak to you all soon.